One thing you have to remember is that there will be no successful business if you are not healthy, if you don't feel good about it, if you are not aligned with your business, if your business is not aligned with your value, and if your goal is to build a business that serves your life and not the other way around, then you don't want to spend 24/7 on it. Hey bestie, and welcome to a new TeaTalk with Adama, where we discuss mindset, business, and everything in between. I upload a new podcast every Wednesday and a TeaTalk every Thursday, so make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss anything. Today, I will share with you 6 lessons that I've learned as an entrepreneur, because I want you to avoid mistakes that I've made in the past and help you take the leap and trust the process. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, relax, and let's spill the tea. Lesson 1, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And this is a huge one because entrepreneurship is not the classic path that people take in their lives. Usually we tell young people to study, go to college, get a degree, and find a job. So deciding to become an entrepreneur isn't easy. You will feel misunderstood, you will fail multiple times before you get it right, and that is part of the process. Also, you will have to get out of your comfort zone. For example, if you don't want to be on camera, if you are an introvert like me, you will have to get past your fear of judgment and of showing up online. The first time you will do it, it will feel odd and weird. And when this happens, you have to remember that the goal is completion, not perfection. And the way you will actually be able to leave no room for failure is to go big and have no plan B when it comes to your online business. I actually tell you more about this in a previous video where I share with you why having a plan B might actually prevent you from reaching your full potential. So I will link it in the description as well. The key here is to have unconditional faith and keep working even when you don't see the results yet. You have to believe that you are planting a seed, and it will actually take some time before you see this little plant coming to the surface. In the meantime, you will have to learn how to silence your inner critic and don't let self-doubt stop you from reaching your goals. Lesson number 2, you are your own niche. When you look at people who are doing the things that you want to do, most of the time, they are sharing the same things, they have a lot in common, and that's why you may feel like your market is already saturated. But why is it that there are still people launching a business in this specific niche and being successful? The reason is, what makes them different isn't the tips that they are sharing, it's not their aesthetic, it is not even their strategy. Instead, it is their personality. The way you can use that is by building your personal brand and making sure you stay true to yourself. That way, you will attract a tribe that knows, likes, and trusts you. You won't be everybody's cup of tea, but that's not the goal either. What you want is being recognized for the value that you bring to your audience and for being yourself. That's why one of the valuable lessons that I've learned is that you are your own niche, and if you stick to that idea, you will never feel like your market is saturated because there is nobody like you, nobody can really imitate you. And so if you start showing up and you stay consistent, you will start attracting people who like your vibe, and they will decide to work with you because it's you, even if they could get the same results with somebody else. And that is very powerful. Lesson 3, you have to stop overthinking. Usually, the thing that you obsess over isn't that important. For example, when you start looking at a content long enough, you will start criticizing it and doubting yourself, and eventually you won't even post it. By experience, I can tell you that the content that performs the most is the one that you didn't put too much thought into, and instead you just wanted to create something valuable and genuine. So that should give you some relief, because it means that you don't have to work so hard on putting one piece of content out and eventually you will be disappointed by the results and the performance. Instead, keep things simple and straight to the point. Nobody likes content that is too witty, too intricate, and difficult to understand, especially if you are targeting an audience that don't know a lot about the topic that you are sharing. Then you have to start with the basics and be simple. Lesson 4, prioritize your mental health from the beginning. I know that we talk about hustling and working hard to have a successful business, and it is even more the case when you are still working a 9-to-5. And trust me, as an entrepreneur, I've been close to burning out multiple times, to the point where I had to take a long break from my business because I wasn't aligned with it anymore. One thing you have to remember is that there will be no successful business if you are not healthy, if you don't feel good about it, if you are not aligned with your business, and if your goal is to build a business that serves your life and not the other way around, then you don't want to spend 24/7 on it, which means that you have to make some decisions. If you realize that you take too much time working on your business without seeing any results, it means that you need some help. At some point, you will probably have to invest into a coach or a business mentor to help you save lots of time and actually learn and implement a strategy that works for you. You can also hire freelancers and contractors to work on time-consuming tasks so that you can focus on your zone of genius and helping your clients. Also, saying no is important. Don't be afraid to say no to a potential client or business opportunity just because you are afraid of not making enough money. Your peace and your mental health are way more important than the money that you can bring in your business. And so that's why it should always be your priority number one. And also it will train you to have an abundant mindset, knowing that saying no to something will open the door to something even better. Lesson 5, you have to set some goals, but also stay flexible. So you probably have some income goals in mind, right? That you want to achieve in your business. And if you don't achieve them in your first or second year of business, I don't want you to be disappointed. Sometimes we have to readjust and be flexible when it comes to our goal. Maybe a yearly goal is too overwhelming for you. In that case, you can start with monthly or weekly goals. And your only aim should be to work on the tasks that will help you get closer to these goals. And stay open, because the way you think your business should grow might not be actually what you need. So earlier I told you that you should learn to say no to certain opportunities. Now I want you to tell you the opposite, which is that you have to also say yes to certain things that you would not have thought about earlier. There are so many things that our conscious mind cannot fathom, and that's why you have to always keep an open mind, because trust me, things will turn out even better that way. Finally, the 6th lesson that I've learned as an entrepreneur is that you have to do it anyhow. And the most important thing that you should always keep in mind is not the how, it's the why. The how is not your problem, because as we said before, you cannot think about all the possibilities out there. But what you have control over is your why, your purpose, why your business is so important to you. What will you do when you become successful? How are you going to use this success to make a positive impact in the world? This is what you should remember. And every time I struggle and I feel like I don't want to show up, I don't want to create content, I don't want to be on camera, it's not about the how, it's about the why. So that's why I say do it anyhow. Even if it's messy, even if you are not 100% sure that it's gonna work out, you have to do it, because that's the only way you will learn and get to where you want to be. So these were the 6 lessons that I wanted to share with you, especially if you are new to the entrepreneurship world. And so let me know below which one resonated with you the most. Do you have any other lessons that you've learned so far in your journey that you want to share with other people? If so, do not hesitate to comment below so that we can learn from each other. Thanks again for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up and share this video with a friend who needs it. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.